Like painters of the Renaissance, Novak creates three-dimensional space by using the rules of geometry. But unlike landscapes with fixed perspectives, these environments can be seen from any point of view.
The creation of mathematics and then computers lets me peer into certain aspects of what I can imagine in an accurate way. And it gives me a language by which to notate that and tell you that this is what I'm thinking of.
Novak also creates four-dimensional objects, more complex than the hypercube. As they rotate in four-dimensional space, Novak can explore their three-dimensional shadows.
I think we can never know enough mathematics. I wish I knew 1,000 times more. Mathematics is about structures, possible structures. Virtual reality is about visiting possible worlds. It is the mathematical universe, it is the invisible universe, and all our instruments and all our efforts throughout time have been to make the invisible visible.
Using mathematics as a tool and a source of inspiration, Novak is creating spaces he calls worlds in progress.
The entry world is a large mathematical landscape. You're tempted to kind of glide along the curves of this thing and caress something made of one mathematical expression. Every world is connected to every world, and every world is inside every world. There are doorways, they're just cubes, colorful cubes, and you go in them and you're transported to every other world. In another world, you encounter geometric shapes that people have described as birds or bats. I think of them more as bats, bats of paradise. It seems to me that if you try to imitate reality, it's doomed to fail, because as a replica of reality, it's not very good. I'm trying to find out what new things are possible. I think that's a vast, unexplored territory that I think we can venture into, and I'm sure come back with incredible insight and incredible beauty. One of the thrills of this is really being able to literally share it with people, to actually be able to say, here, I've made this, come inside, and then to observe their curiosity. I think everyone who makes something at some point is making it because they want to share it. The distance of the eyes is adjustable by you over here.
This side?
Both sides.
In a classroom called the Reality Lab, Novak shares his worlds with friends and students.
Am I free?
You're free, you can fly. I think it engages our sense of wonder, and it's alien.
Breathtaking. They're a lot brighter.
We've shrunken the planet in many ways, and one of the things that this does now is that it allows people to encounter something completely new.
As technology continues to evolve, we can immerse our senses deeper and deeper into spaces that we create, so that the space one person can imagine can become a space for others to inhabit as well.
could argue that our consciousness itself comes out of our ability to create a pocket of virtual space in our minds that is a mirror of the actual space outside, which of course isn't real space. It's space that's constructed of neural relationships. It's a mirage. So I can take this mirror of the world, which is the seat of my consciousness, and put it outside my body in a public realm. I can give it to you to share. And you can do that as well. What mathematics does is it gives us a concise and accurate way of sharing them. I think it's absolutely astonishing and beautiful that we can do that.
"10 or 20 years from now, we'll look back on these rides and say, oh, they're so slow and boring. Let's get going faster." So I don't know, but that media today and all this technology and mathematics isn't in fact part of the process of expanded human consciousness.
The Renaissance perspective artist was constantly provoked by his patrons. Give me something more dramatic. I want to see something even more perspectival. And we've already transcended that photography now with different kinds of tricky effects in film, and so now we're into virtual space and so on, and I don't know how far we can go with this.
For 500 years, mathematics has been a yardstick that gives perspective to what we see with our mind's eye. It gives structure to our thoughts and ideas, whether their dimensions are simple or complex, whether they are hypercubes or angels.
Okay, class, I think we're ready to begin.
With mathematics, we have created a doorway to the universe of the imagination. Ideas and inspirations that exist only in the mind can be shared with others and carried forward into the future.